In the shadow of gaslit streets and coal-smoke skies, the women of Victorian Britain bore burdens far heavier than corsets or crinolines. From the legal doctrine of coverture that erased their very personhood to the daily grind of factory floors and workhouse wards, their tears went unseen and their voices unheeded. Yet within this web of injustice, countless acts of courage and compassion quietly sowed the seeds of modern feminism, stories that demand our tears, our empathy, and our gratitude. Coverture rendered every married woman legally non-existent, her earnings, her body, her very name subsumed under her husband's identity. Until the Married Women's Property Acts of 1870 and 1882, wives could not enter contracts, sue, or own property in their own right, even when their labor filled the family coffers. Under the 1857 Divorce Act, only a husband could petition for divorce on grounds of adultery alone. A wife had to prove adultery plus cruelty or desertion to escape a violent marriage. And fathers retained exclusive custody of children, leaving mothers powerless to protect their own flesh and blood. In textile mills, women labored 12-hour days amid deafening looms and choking dust, earning mere pennies that barely fed their families. When fines for broken threads or dirty feet ate away half their wages, many sank deeper into debt and despair. Some stitched garments in freezing attics for a pittance, while others, destitute, entered workhouses where mothers gave birth amid squalor. One in 125 died in childbirth under the Poor Law regime. And yet, in July 1888, 1,400 brave matchgirls at Bryant and May struck back against cruel fines and poisonous white phosphorus, a spark of collective defiance that would ignite future labor movements. Day after day, women scrubbed laundry in zinc tubs, inhaled coal smoke, and toiled with caustic dyes. Chronic bronchitis and chemical burns became badges of their sacrifice. The Contagious Diseases Acts even authorized forced genital examinations, an indignity Josephine Butler rightly called medical rape. Women labeled hysterical or nervous were confined to madhouses, subjected to mercury purges and electric shocks in the name of treatment. Middle-class ideology cast women as moral angels in the house, yet this angel role masked endless drudgery, drawing water, lighting fires, cooking by hearth and candlelight. Domestic servants, often young and far from family, worked from dawn to dusk in garrets, vulnerable to dismissal or worse for imagined slights. With no legal status and no right to press charges, countless wives endured physical and sexual abuse behind closed doors. Girls learned music, needlework, and deportment to secure advantageous marriages. Academic subjects were deemed improper, risking masculine ambitions. Visionaries like Emily Davies and Barbara Bauduchon founded Girton and Newnham colleges, carving out spaces where women studied classics and sciences, tiny beacons of hope amid widespread resistance. Josephine Butler's Ladies' National Association rallied 50,000 signatures against the Contagious Diseases Acts, merging moral outrage with political action and winning repeal in 1886. Working-class women, from matchgirls to dockside laborers, organized strikes that laid the groundwork for trade unions. By the century's end, these hidden tears and unseen toils had lit the path for every woman who followed. Their bodies bruised, their voices silenced, Victorian women endured hidden torments that modern comforts cannot erase. Yet from coal dust lungs and workhouse cradles rose visions of justice, equality, and dignity. As the last echoes of clattering looms and shuttered mills fade into history, we find ourselves inheritors of a remarkable legacy. The Victorian women who toiled in silence, bearing unthinkable hardships from broken property rights to oppressive labor, built the foundations of our freedoms not with grand proclamations, but with quiet resolve and unyielding spirit. They taught us that true courage often wears the guise of quotidian endurance, the seamstress who stitched hope into every seam, the mother who cradled life amid squalor, the activist who transformed private suffering into public outcry. Their struggles, waged in parlors, courtrooms, factories, and on tattered picket lines, became the bedrock of change. Today, we walk roads they could only dream of. Every right to education, every law against injustice, every voice raised in protest carries a whisper of their sacrifice. As we move forward, let us carry their memory not as mere history, but as a living call to honor their bravery. May we meet our own battles with the same steadfast hearts, ensuring that their hidden tears continue to inspire progress and compassion in every generation.